Join me, a tax attorney, as I feed my plants and we talk about the tax strike. So look, I made a video about the tax strike and it's got a lot of views. And basically all I said in the video is I can feel people's frustrations. Obviously, my job is talking to hundreds, if not thousands, of taxpayers a year that are frustrated with the system, of which I'm also frustrated with. All right, time to feed the plants real quick. So when I mean you're trapped, I mean you're actually trapped. And so I wanted to go through the comment section, which is part of the reason I did the video, because I knew we were going to get a lot of comments, because I want to hear everyday Americans' thoughts. But a lot of people are saying, I'm just going to go exempt. And I'm here to tell you, as a tax attorney, why that won't work. The reason it won't work is if you're a W-2 employee, you fill out a W-4 and you give that to your employer. When you fill out that W-4, if you say that you're going exempt, you're actually committing a felony and you're committing penalty of perjury, right? Because you're not actually legally exempt. So what will happen is eventually the employer will file a W-2 with the IRS, and the IRS will know that you made that money, but you didn't have any taxes withheld. If you fail to file a return because you're a tax protester, the government, if they believe there's a balance due, will file a return for you. That's called a substitute for a return. You'll have no deductions, no credits, and be filed as single. Then, once that liability is assessed and you didn't have any taxes withheld, they'll put you into a system called ACS, which is Automated Collection System. So as you can see, what happens is a lot of this is being done with computers, and that happens for lower middle class, even upper middle class people that are W-2 earners. So there really is no way for you to escape the system. If you choose to do this, you will definitely be caught up in the system if people say, well, the government doesn't have enough people or employees to come after all of us. But they do, because they use computers and automation and AI and data, right? If you're self-employed and you choose not to make estimated payments, the government can also do a substitute for return. And the government will also receive 1099s if you're using any major credit card processor or, getting information. Now, a lot of people are like, well, they haven't caught up to me yet. Yeah, the government's slow, but eventually they'll do it. And they're working on building better, and faster AI to put more and more people into an automated system for exams and collections. So they're not really worried if a lot of people do this because they have a way to deal with it and it's all automated. So basically what I was saying is there are a lot of people that owe back taxes that can't afford to pay the government back because the cost of living is sky high and they can't afford their regular everyday living expenses. And I think there are companies out there that are building AI and data to take advantage of people and exploit people. And there are companies out there that are building AI and using data to help people. Whether or not we use these tools to do good or bad is really up to the business. And I think there are a lot of businesses out there that want to use these technologies to help as many people as possible. And so that's what we're doing here, where we want to help people that legally can't afford to pay the government back, and they can take advantage of government programs, but they don't know where to turn. They don't know how to fill out the paperwork themselves. So again, while I sympathize with everyone, I am still filing and paying my taxes. I don't agree with everything we do here, and I don't think most Americans do. We know that, with the Princeton University study, the needs and wants of the American people are not being legislated, and that's because we've allowed corporations and foreign interests to put so much into our elections and then pick the candidates. So until we do campaign finance reform, we have term limits, we have single issue bills, a lot of this thing is not going to be fixed. And we're moving into a faster digital AI driven world where we're all going to have to work together if we want to change these things. So I hope this information helps. Listen to experts. Don't listen to other people on the internet. I am a tax attorney. I do not recommend going exempt. I'm going to keep going through people's comments. A revocation of election, also want to throw that one on there. That's not a real legal thing. We're tax attorneys. If there was a legal way to completely get rid of taxes, people say, well, they wouldn't do that. Oh yeah, we fight the government every day. We're here to hold them accountable. We're here to make them follow the existing laws as they stand, but that is not a legal way not to file and pay taxes. So hope this helps. I will keep going about comments as I can.